On the highway and I'm thinking that I love her. On the highway and I'm thinking ain't no rubber. On the highway with my significant lover. And I wave a few bottles and I want you all to all the girls wanna play things like we'll be running in the summer. You got a brand new Hummer. We laugh all day like Dumber and Dumber. I'm about to shoot my shot.
Nice and tight there. What's up, guys? This has been long overdue, and I just want to say I'm truly appreciative for whoever's watching right now. And this is pretty much going to be just me showcasing, honestly, the life, honestly showcasing trading, real estate, and the valuable things that maybe I've never shared before. So this is a whole side of me that you guys haven't seen. I'm super excited to start this journey. Let's get right into it. I simply want to just break down why I trade as a business owner. And it's pretty simple. It comes down to cash flow, right? So being in real estate, ties up a lot of my capital and it's able to, grow and compound. But in the meanwhile, I still want to do fun shit. I want to go out with my boys. I want to go buy maybe some new clothes, whatever it is, right? And trading has been able to give me that absolute freedom to be able to understand my skill set, understand myself most importantly, and then execute on the charts. So I know a lot of you guys don't even know about trading. We're not going to get into the technicals. There's no need for that. You guys can go check out another page I'm starting on Dell Trades where you guys can get the actual technicals of trading. Why I love trading, guys, it's simple. Once you know yourself and you understand your emotions, what you're good at, what you're bad at, the headspace you have to be in, you trust your processes, everything becomes easy. By the way, guys, don't ever let anybody talk shit about prop firms. I used to trade my life capital, and honestly, there's no reason why prop firms can't work. When you have 30 accounts, you're printing. So as simple as that. I'm gonna risk half of the valuation here. Oh God, oh God, turn green, turn green, turn green. Get up there, come on. Oh my God. I took the trade for the camera. Maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't, This is like the difference, right? Because I could be showing you guys, oh guys, it all looks picture perfect and all this bullshit. No, straight up, it's human. We're still human at the end of the day. The beautiful part is if this doesn't hit, it's only half of the accounts. So I can just make the 1,000 back and keep it rolling, right? And then, of course, obviously, guys, just to show you guys proof, this is my actual funded accounts. This is where the real trading happens, right? So we actually have a $54,000 balance across 5 accounts. We're eligible for a payout in just 2 days. And if you guys are like actually a trader right now, you guys understand the markets, just make sure you guys like and comment and subscribe. Prop firms, we started this, in about February, I would say, so almost 3 months now. And yeah, look at this. So we've had a few payouts here on Lucid. Lucid's great. I love their platform, super simple. And then on TopStep as well, we've had a good, cool little 6K here that we did. And we're going for another 6K and then another 10K here on Lucid. So CBES was actually there when I hit my biggest trade on the prop firms ever. I did 5.2K across 8 accounts. And in that moment, you can ask him, we were just chopping it up. I knew my trade was set. I didn't even look at it, because I didn't care that night if I lost the trade or if the trade hit. I legit said, I am the same person with the 40,000 or without it. That's the way that you honestly need to trade, because the moment you start expecting outcomes and you're like, oh, this needs to hit, that's when the emotional investment gets into the trade. That's when you start moving your stop loss. That's when you start going against your rules and your processes. So that's kind of what I take from it. And that applies in life. So that's the beauty of it. Same thing in the gym, right? So you become emotionally invested in how you look. Man, if you don't have abs in the first 2 months of the gym, you're like, I'm gonna quit this shit, right? I don't wanna do this diet shit, because the things are quote unquote hard, but they're not actually hard. It's just a process that must be followed. Look, we're back up $100. Let's keep going. Oh, $38. This is just glorified gambling at this point, right? We are up $500 times 2 accounts of fake money. Let's go. I'm telling you guys, when you guys just align to whatever you guys need to do, it happens. And this is only if you have a good strategy, a good process. If you don't have one, then this is not gonna apply to you. Simple as that. All right, so while this professional gambling is going on, let's go talk a little bit about the background story, right? Oh, you guys see the nice warehouse, beautiful office. This is the beautiful warehouse. I envisioned this basically when I was 18, I got out of high school, and I went right into painting with my pops, who was only doing about 50K take home after everything. I was able to take that from 50 to 300K in residential painting. And then we scaled up to 1 million and then 3 million. And it's such a blessing to be able to see like your dad. He's basically on a trip right now with my mother. They're semi-retired. He works when he wants. And yeah, this is what came to fruition. I actually got my GC license at 21. And from that, I was able to offer more than just painting. And then we went into home building. So now we build homes with our capital, and we also build for clients. Big Blue here. So we got her on Christmas Eve. It's a Z06. Got it with 350 miles, one owner. Took 20K off the MSRP. I love the car. I mean, it has similar specs to basically what you can find in a Lamborghini, to what you can find in all these lower end, maybe like Ferraris. I have zero complaints for it. The sound is amazing. It gaps Lamborghini Huracans. Like I literally have raced 2 of them in Miami. Easy money. For all my Lambo owners, switch to the C8. If you want the smoke, come find me. you know where to find me in Miami. Honestly, can't complain, very blessed, but this all comes from a mindset of abundance, right? I saw this before it was ever in fruition. I saw my family being good. I saw myself being good. I was not greedy. Even though we were making $1 million in profit in a year, I was still on salary, at 19 years old, at 20 years old. I wasn't taking home $300,000, 30% of the profits. No, those profits were stored away, and guess what? Now they're in the houses and the equity, which is where we're gonna go to next. Alrighty, so on the way right now to a build that's under contract, about to close, God willing, in 2 weeks. This model that we're building, it's a 4.3, and I have so much potential that I see in it. This is some game, shouldn't even be putting out there, but just by increasing the half acre, we get like an extra 50% in our profit margin. So amazing. This is what honestly is the wealth creation machine that I'm gonna be implementing throughout for the rest of my life, right? So I love building things, I love developing, I love the art of analyzing the deal, of knowing, hey, we're gonna build in this area or we're not gonna build in this area due to XYZ factor. Just by increasing the acreage, boom, a lot of people want more land, especially out here in Lehigh Acres, where you have a lot of people coming from Miami. They're so used to very, very tight real estate, right? Where everybody's on top of each other, and they can sell their home out there for $800,000. Guess what? They come here, buy one for 450K, 400K. Always the deal is made in the location first. Location. You have to put your true heart and intention into it and be like, would I live in this house? And every single house that I've built, I literally say, wow, like this house I would buy. Matter of fact, I even was considering buying one of my own houses built. But then, you know what they say, the drug dealer never consumes his own product. Who said that? I think it was Mark Zuckerberg, right?
I think it was a Notorious B.I.G.
That guy too, yeah. But just like Mark Zuckerberg, he doesn't allow his kids to use Facebook, I believe. Or it was Steve Jobs, one of the two. The point is, you never consume your own product, you sell it, but you refine it, you make it better and better and better.
Yo.
Guess what? We did not hit.
We did not hit.
We hit for minus 1K. Took an error. That's okay. Count's not blown though, so we learned something, right?
We did.
We learned that when you're on a vlog, maybe you should just take trades. But
yeah,
it's okay. It's for the content. All right, so yeah, basically, kitchen, big selling factor, one of the biggest. Laundry room, all of our builds come with appliances, pretty basic standard stuff. I've heard of builders that don't even do this, and they don't even do the shower glass on the doors. That's just ridiculous. Then we have, the garage, nice and spacious, 400 square feet garage. We do the nice commercial epoxy floors here, which is one of the trades I used to offer actually and do myself. This is a nice little game changer, nice little touch of detail. Go back into the house. The tile is massive as well. We like to do big tiles. I think they just look so much better than going small tiles or LVP. These are like the details that, for example, a Lennar or DR Horton, they're just not doing. And if they're doing, they're overcharging the crap out of them. But they're playing a different game, right? So they're seller financing to their potential buyers. They're offering financing. They're basically their own bank. They're on the stock exchange, different game. So yeah, we still have just a little few things to wrap up. But other than that, this house is under contract. Built-in closets. This is massive. So we have his and hers closet. Take a look at that. Very, very, very nice. A lot of builders, they just put in the basic rails. That's it. They keep it nice and cheap. Not us. We go for that extra effort on those. So here's the master bathroom, bathtub, shower, and then you have his and hers sink. Very, very nice, very beautiful. And this is a key detail that people have never really do around in this area. Wall tiles. Makes you feel like you're in Dubai or Miami in a penthouse. Very, very nice. This is where some people are gonna raise their kids. They're gonna be in here for life. I look at it from that perspective. I think about people, and I think anything in the universe that you do, when you think about people, then everything else that you want to accomplish just comes naturally, right? Because the more you give, the more you get. Basic principles. Something like this runs you about $300,000 all in, and it goes for roughly around $400,000 on the market. So after closing costs and everything, you're looking between 60 to 70 grand on profit. There's certain, contingencies, and depending on the buyer and seller, you're making between 20 to 23% return on these type of homes. After I get the capital and liquidity back from this, I'm gonna go buy 2 more half-acre lots, develop 2 on there, and then I have 3 other that are about to start. So that's 5, and we're gonna keep doubling that up. And then you introduce lending, financing, investors. Now, you have an unlimited opportunity. Showed you guys trading, showed you guys the L, learning phase, showed you guys the house as well, showed you guys what can be done and is possible in real estate and specifically development and building. It's Friday. Me and Seabass, we'd love to go out right now. We'd love to, start planning a club night or something.
We're not going out?
We are tomorrow, actually. But yeah, so instead of like going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday, some people do that. I think that, it's good to be grounded, have some balance. Instead, we're gonna go get in the trenches right now, get into the details of business, of work that we have to actually do and get into some deep work. So that's what it takes, man. Honestly, this is all just the external coming out of the internal work, if that makes sense. All right, so it's Friday, 8:30 p.m. We're out here, we're building. I'm here with the guys. They all have different capabilities where I may be weak at, where they may be stronger at, and vice versa. And so we build off that. We got my boy Leo here.
Yo, what's up, boys?
Pretty chilling.
Pretty chilling.
How do you relate trading to dating?
Because there's a lot of aspects of it, like emotional discipline, right? Number one, and being not letting the external affect your internal, right? Because like if you're in the markets, a lot of times not going your way, or you want the market to do something, but it's just not doing that, right? You have to be able to be centered and be able to control yourself, and that helps tremendously, especially in women, because there's gonna be times where you know you need to let her go, but because you're over emotional, you want to stay attached.
Correct.
And you want to have her around, right? Maybe you're double texting, you're doing too much, right? I know a lot of guys that get in a relationship with girls, or get a girl pregnant that they didn't even want to be with, but because they were lustful, they couldn't control themselves, they got the consequences for that. And then as well as like risk management, right? Like in trading, you're managing the risk, how much you're actually willing to lose. So it's the same thing in dating. Like, don't just go and date a girl for 6 months and there's no benefit to you at all. If she's not providing any value, you got to know when to cut your loser short, right? And then of course, just being consistent. Like if you're building a long-term relationship, you got to be consistent, but in dating as well, not every girl's going to want to be with you. You got to go out there and 100%. Talk to multiple girls, right?
Not every trading strategy is going to work for you.
Exactly.
It's going to be very personalized.
It's like the Michael Jordan analogy, right? You got to put up shots, and the same thing in trading. You got to put up shots, you got to put in repetition. Same thing in dating. You got to go out there and talk to girls.
You're the guy that understands 100 women versus the guy that only stuck with the second woman he ran into.
You got to have experience. That's the only way you're going to get good at anything.
That's how you'll find your wife.
Exactly.
Yours is
Hopefully.
pending, huh?
Being pending in Colombia, loading.
All right, so we got my boy Michael here.
What's going on, guys? A little bit what I'm doing right now is I'm just keeping an eye on the price of Bitcoin right now. A lot of tensions with the war and everything in the Middle East. Past the time, I'm kind of working on some new stuff. I have some business ideas that I'm actually using ChatGPT for, and specifically Base 44. I really like their UI and everything for creating apps and websites. So I'm not going to give too much of the sauce away with those ideas.
This guy is a great example of adaptation. Not the strongest or the smartest survive, but the most adaptable survive. So you have to be willing to change your environment. So AI's out here, there's war going on, there's conflict. That's called being able to, adapt to the new thing. And then you're going to pretty much outperform everybody in the long run when you do that. So we got Marvinho.
What's up, bro?
Marvinho, brother. So any words of wisdom?
Right now, man. You're really
What's up?
Any words of wisdom? I know that you're busy, but what's a key thing that you've learned in the last 6 months that's revolutionized your life?
Sorry, bro. I was in the middle of a flow. Let me. How about this? Stay focused on your tasks. That's a good one.
We'll cut, and then we'll come back.
Just give me 1 second, bro. 1 second.
We're keeping our frequencies high because there's a lot of energy that gets taken when you're out there on the clubs around a bunch of different people, drains you. And it's okay to be balanced, it's okay to have fun, but define your fun. I think that's very important because this is fun, Building new things is fun, creating, being the creator mindset. Plus we're going out tomorrow, so how you been?
Call me when I meet him. So I was on the way to the elevator. I met this kid named Mikey. He's like, nice cross. I'm like, yeah, thank you. You believe in Jesus? He's like, yeah. Do you go to church? He's like, yeah. He's like, do you? I'm like, no. I church, stay out of church. And we're getting more into the esoteric knowledge, right? Learning about Christ consciousness, learning about the laws of the universe. And he's like, I've never heard that side. I've never heard that take. There's a lot of similarities, right?
Yeah.
There's one of the prayers, it says, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that it's yours and it will be. And that directly correlates to how you actually manifest. So I gave him the example of if you're praying, right, and you're asking for money, I need this, I need that, you're coming from a state of scarcity. So in order to first have what you want, you first have to become. So that's the information I gave him literally on the way up.
And I feel like all of us have been elevating in so many different ways. I'm excited to see where we'll be at in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It's gonna be crazy. So.
And not only that, bro, is being able to enlighten other people too.
100%.
Whatever you put out there, bro, God works through people. You just have to broadcast it, project your thoughts, and in some way, shape, or form, it'll unravel. And the answers that you're seeking, you'll be able to find.
That's gold. That's golden nuggets. So Seabass, what excites you the most?
What excites me the most in life? I think honestly the fact that we can really do whatever we want to do. Sometimes, you've listened to so many other people tell you that this is what I would do or this is what you should do and whatever. And sometimes it's kind of nice to just get in your own chaos
Yeah.
Like, you know, people always want to listen to everyone else and be like, oh, I need to stop being this way. But it's like, if it works for you, it works for you. Some people actually work under pressure. Some people work better when they have 5 hours in their morning to themselves,
Yes,
right? Some people would just
100%.
get right to it. So I think that's what excites me the most, is that like life is what you make it, and it's
Yeah.
your perspective. And knowing that as long as you like fix your perspective on your life and you always think positive, you will see positive. It's easier said than done, but it's a formula that has been proven time and time again. And the more people you put onto it and they actually just try it, you see every time that they know exactly what you're talking about. And it's exciting, bro.
I love that. You said something key there. You said chaos. You gotta accept being in the chaos. And I think it comes back to like diamonds are either crushed under chaos or they're built. And
Yeah.
so that's like, you can't control what happens to you externally, trauma, things, accidents, but you can only control how you react to it internally.
Also, it's just kind of nice knowing too that's like the older you get, I think as a man, you start to realize that being a man isn't like being loud and being aggressive and, you know, being seen. It's more like being calm in the midst of chaos. And so like when you start getting all emotional and crazy, and like now that you're older and you care about being a man, it's like kind of gets to you when you're like, I'm being a little bitch right now, bro. Like I'm not handling this like the way I should be handling this, you know? And so I think it's just because I turned 25 and like my brain developed. And now I think of things I never thought of before. But
100%. I used to like not believe like 25 years old, like that's when your brain develops. But honestly, like the life experiences you have to go through, it really does make you. So a lot of people.
The 20-year-old you are in like your early 20s and 20-year-old you are from like 25 to 30 are completely two different 20-year-olds.
Way different.
100%, bro. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, guys, it's Saturday. I sent a really nice message to my dad because I just thought of him and I was like, hey, man, you know, I'm building something great here. I'm excited to really tap into something that I've never done before. And he said, you know what, son, like, I love you. Go do it. You know, you have God on your side. And in that moment, you know, I just kind of sat there and had a really beautiful spiritual experience to where I envisioned myself. I envisioned the life I built, the people I impacted. It brought me to tears because it was a surreal moment, and I can just know that I am that now. And so by applying that concept, I know it's gonna come to fruition. It's gonna actually happen. Regardless of the outcome, I'm gonna live that way. And so those are just kind of some keywords of advice that I have for anybody out there that is looking to change their life, that is looking to become the ultimate person they can be. I hope that you guys align with God at all times. And that's all you can really do in this life. Everything else is out of your control, but you are in control of your inner self. God bless you guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Hella fun vlogs coming. This is a documentation of my life. Let's get it.